Alright guys, time to look at Skale on the channel once again. Now we haven't looked at Skale actually since November 24th, so that's been 2 months guys. Skale really hasn't done too much. Since that time we're almost at the same spot. We're a little bit lower actually. November 24th was actually right here. Let me zoom in for you guys. So it was right here when we had the 24th, made a video. And yeah, Skale did continue up a little bit more, guys. Got all the way up to about, well, up here at this line, basically at about 8.5 cents before it had the local top there. And yeah, let's dive into this right now. Let me expand this just a little bit. Now, what appears to have happened is maybe we've broken this little resistance that's kind of just been holding us down, I would say, since middle December here. And, you know, we haven't really broken it yet. We're looking at this on the daily time frame. And, yeah, I mean, right now, if we were to hold the mark where we're at, we would break this little trend line. You know, I wouldn't put much validity on this, you know, trend line, though. Maybe I can adjust it like that. But, you know, it's just a short-term trend line. But we do need to kind of break this, you know, trend of moving down here. So we really need to clear, what, about 5.5, let's say 5.6 cents total for the week. Now, the weekly candle is closing tonight, so it is quite important that it does close tonight above this line here. Now, better would be if it could surge up to about 6.9 cents and get over this line. Then I would be a little bit more bullish on Skale. But at the moment, right now, it's still not doing too much. You know, we can look at the RSI though. Let's see if there's going to be, you know, any more strength in this move. So, looking at this on the daily time frame, keep in mind this is daily first. It is actually trending up. That is good, both RSI and Stochastic RSI. Now let's go to the weekly here. Looks like it wants to curve up on the Stochastic RSI, and it is already pointed up on the RSI. So longer term time frames like daily and weekly look good. Now the 4 hour looks like it's overbought, guys. It is coming down on RSI. Looks like it wants to come down on the Stochastic RSI too. Now the 1 hour, this is a short time frame, again overbought, guys. Moving down on both, and the 15-minute for fun. Actually, it's oversold on the 15-minute, and it looks like it might start to curve up soon. And it's just kind of going sideways right now on RSI, but it's in neutral territory, and it does have room to grow. I mean, it could go up to the upside. So, on the very short term, 15-minute time frame, yeah, maybe you do see a little bit more of a move up. But, you know, on the 1 hour and 4 hour time frames, doesn't look too good, guys. I would say in the short term here, it's probably going to cool off. But still, on the daily and weekly, guys, this looks pretty good. It does have room to grow here. So, you know, maybe sometime later this week, maybe we see that next move up. Now, taking a look at the volume profile, guys, you can barely see we are right over here. However, it does look like once we get above about 7 cents, this node becomes a lot smaller than what we've been basically consolidating in for the majority of the time since, what, about end of May 2022. So now we did have a little bit of consolidation up here, you know, in what, late 2023 and 2024, early 2024, we can say. So we did, you know, have a little bit of volume here and a little bit of volume actually in December. But yeah, once we do get back above about 7 cents, that volume drops off significantly. Now, let me just kind of, you know, move this a little bit, and we can see a little bit easier. Yeah, I'm just going to show this from about November of 2023. So we are at a point where, yeah, you can see right here, you know, it's kind of easy to move up, but we're going to come up to a node at about, what, 7.7 cents or so, all the way up to about 8.1 cents. This little area here is got a little bit bigger volume, you know, than the area that you see just above it. So once we get above that, that would be, I think when this kind of rockets a little bit faster. But for now, guys, we do, have to clear this area. You can see these are two bigger nodes that are right above us. And yeah, I mean, it's not going to be easy, guys. Especially in the short term, like I said, momentum just isn't there. But long term, yeah, eventually you will break these nodes and continue to the upside. Now, to get out of the Fibonacci, guys, it's still going to take like, to get up to what, 21 cents here. We are still very low on the Fibonacci here in the reaccumulation zone. So that is not good. It's kind of, worrying at this point because, if it's not out of the low level, reaccumulation zone, guys, already for any crypto at this point, it's just kind of worrying, So anyways, let's see what Skale does. I don't have a very large position in Skale. I am trying to actually accumulate just a little bit more myself, though. Because I have heard a few things here and there lately about Skale. So yeah, anyways. Now, taking a look at Skale and the tokenomics, guys, there is a 7 billion max supply. 5.65 billion of that has been created. Most of that, what has been created is circulating at the moment. Now, keep in mind, Skale, all-time high was about $1.22. Almost 4 years ago, guys. I actually remember this. It was a couple months after I got in. But I think that was around the time it was created. So naturally, a lot of coins may run up, especially good projects that, people really speculate on. They tend to go up and then they, come crashing down. I mean, $1.22 all the way to what was the low down here? Yeah, like 2 cents, guys. So it's just really crazy. But anyways, yeah, I would say if you're looking for a good project that's a steal at the moment, Skale may be one of these. Yeah, 95% discount at the moment. That's why I'm trying to get a little bit more Skale. And yeah, we'll see. Maybe I can get a little bit more before this really takes off. Now, taking a quick look at Bitcoin, guys, it actually is holding this 104,525 mark. Just barely, though. Yesterday was a red candle, as you can see here. Today we did try to push up a little bit, but so far have gotten pushed back down. The best thing would just be really to hold this weekly time frame at the moment at 104,525. If we put this on a weekly candle, you'll see we're just above that. That would still be the highest, weekly candle close ever. So we still have some hours, guys. We are not far above it. We're only about $280 above that right now at the moment. Anything can happen. We can definitely come back down under this line and, basically have to start a new week over and wait till next Sunday if we can't close above it tonight. Now, taking a quick look at Ethereum, guys, kind of straddling this line here at 3313 that we talk about all the time, basically for the last couple of months or so. Yeah, I mean, it's just really, I don't know what it's going to do. I mean, it could get support here, basically at 3313, or it can fall under. Now, if we put this on a weekly time frame, let's see where we came from on the week. Okay, on the week, we did start down here at 3215 or so, and trying to get back above 3313. So let's see what happens today. Again, it would be nice to close above 3313. It's only $6 away, $5 away really. For Ethereum, that's not so far. I believe it can do it. Just have to wait and see, but that would be ideal. We are getting a little bit bullish engulfing candle from the previous, week, which is fine. But yeah, we really need to work on this, resistance right now. We need to really start moving towards 35, 34. But, again, guys, I am not the biggest Ethereum bull. And unfortunately, Ethereum is kind of leading the altcoins. So anyways, let's move on here, guys. Now, total market cap, it's just barely trending up every day. But yeah, I do believe it will break out. There is kind of a pattern or a formation here. I did draw this yesterday. I'm not sure why it lost the lines that I drew. but let's draw kind of a flag here. And it's not going to be perfect. It doesn't matter for this illustration. I'm just trying to do this as quickly as possible for you. So basically, if it breaks out, the last touch point, let's just say it was here, it will take us all the way up to about 4.06 or 4.05 actually was my previous drawing. I know that. So doesn't matter, just technical target. But, you know, 3.62 trillion will be resistance. You know, that's basically the close or whatever, the all-time high from previous cycle, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but let me zoom out and go on the weekly here. No, maybe it's not. Maybe we are at all-time highs. Yeah, sorry. Okay, all-time high last cycle was down here. So basically, it's just the weekly high that we need to meet, I guess. But yeah, I thought it was the previous cycle. Anyways, let's move on. Now, taking a look at the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, same thing is really happening, guys. And I know that when I drew this flag yesterday, the poll ended up here right at the all-time high. Now, this truly is the all-time high. I do believe from the previous cycle as well. Let me just put this on a weekly time frame, and we can take a look at that probably a little bit quicker if it will load. But I guess it doesn't want to cooperate. So let's just move on. Now, I don't know why it keeps putting these lines. As you see, I keep deleting these every video. I don't know why they get stuck there. But the dominance, guys, still quite high. You know, it's just kind of straddling the last few days between, what is it, 58.6 and 59%. So, again, it's actually still making the W pattern somewhat, although it did deviate here, and I thought we had lost it for good. And looks like, you know, it may still kind of be creating this W pattern. So, you know, you can see it here just with my cursor. I'm going to show you. But yeah, there's going to be deviations. It's never going to be perfect. So let's just hope it doesn't really break this neckline at about 59.19%, or then we're probably in trouble, guys. Because probably it's going to go back to all-time highs at least. No, not all-time highs. It's basically local highs. But all-time high, it'll never reach that. But anyways, just hope and pray, you know, we get an altcoin season soon. Now, liquidations, pretty much, you know, 123 million is pretty tame. You know, for the wrecked people, it's pretty much even on both sides, long and short. So not too bad. We don't need to really look at that too much. Now, the altcoin season index was a 55 yesterday. I just refreshed it. Okay, it's still a 55. Nothing's really changed, guys. So let's see what happens maybe by tomorrow if we start to see the dominance fall. Now, the fear and greed, it is 73 today. So it did kind of cool down finally. Was a 75. I think for the last like 3 or 4 days it was just 75. So now sell at the top. Bull market peak indicators, guys. Still 0 from 30 have been hit. So the best one is a pi cycle top indicator, which I will show you here. Still, if I zoom in, guys, not crossed yet. So we still have some time. But yeah, I mean, if it keeps going at this rate like this, it'll probably, you know, cross together in about 100 years. But eventually it will make a curve, and probably the other top line here might curve down too. But right now they're pretty much almost running parallel to one another. Now, we do have a big week this week. The biggest thing this week is the interest rate decision, which is probably not going to change, guys. Now, keep in mind, Tuesday we do have core durable goods orders. Before that, we also have HPI numbers and consumer confidence. But biggest thing, like I said, is Wednesday. Thursday, you do have some core PCE prices, jobless claims, GDP. And then on Friday, you do have core PCE, and you do have some members, you know, of the FOMC speaking. You do have personal spending, Chicago PMI. So it's a very big week this week, guys. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.